Stick around and see how you can make these beef tenderloin tournedos. See how to prep a whole beef tenderloin, then cut it into the proper portion. Make a mushroom and red wine sauce. I will show you how to make a Parisian vegetable garden salad. And it's cooking time! And we're going to start with butter. Slice mushrooms. I have shiitakes here, and I have regular button mushrooms. Keep those fingers tucked, because fingers don't grow back if you chop them. Knuckles do. Adding to our hot butter. Now this is the beef tenderloin. That comes from U.S. Wellness Meats. It's from grass-fed. All we're doing here is we're just taking off these little bitty pieces of fat. We want it nice and trim. We want to trim it just a little bit, not a lot. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. My Country Queen does not like any fat at all, and you can see there's not much fat on this. It's a beautiful piece of meat. I am in Florida right now, and they said it's going to be 107, feel like. So it's going to be cold. That I'm cutting for. But I am just going to demonstrate making one portion to give you the idea. You want to cut this in about 3 to 4 ounces, depending on who it's for. I'm gonna go about right there for my first cut. I don't have a scale. I'm just doing it by what I think. These ones are going to be little, but I'm sure the Country Queen will want the little ones. So I got 1, 2, 3, Country Queen right there. Now it's time to season them. I'm going to use Himalaya black salt and fresh cracked white pepper. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same on the backside. Put our meat over here till we're getting ready to cook. Doesn't that look good? Wow. Like I says, if you have somebody special, it's worth it to follow along and do this. It was so hot, I had to put it in the refrigerator till I needed it to cook. I need to thank my sponsors, U.S. Wellness Meats and Better Batter Flours. And I hope you go and visit their website. It's in the description. Now let's get back to cooking. Mushrooms are cooking well. We're just going to add some seasoning in a tiny bit. Now I'm going to get my vegetables and potatoes ready. I made small dices on the red pepper, and then I took the corn off of the cob and added it. Nice sweet corn right from the garden. It's time to add the garlic. Seasoning with salt and pepper at the end. I pre-cooked the potatoes and the carrots to make it easier to use my Parisian scoop. I will mix this with oil and vinegar, and then I will warm it up to make it a warm salad with my tomato. These zucchini are right from my garden, and you can't get any fresher than that. And look how pretty they do turn out with the Parisian scoop. So I recommend this for sure. Also, use the smaller scoop. That way you can get everything out of the zucchini. Amazing round balls. Okay. I'm going to add some of my Better Batter flour. It's nice. Stir that up. Better Batter flour is the only flour that I use. I am gluten-free and my wife is gluten and dairy free. Add a little bit more of my butter since all the moisture is cooked out. I'm going to take my corn and basically what I'm trying to do right here is make a roux. Let this cook for a little bit. Now let's go back to our salad. Olive oil. This is a hot pepper vinegar. I took white distilled vinegar, put a bunch of chili peppers, ghost peppers, green pepper, and now, because I like it spicy, I'm going to add it to here. We're going to add a touch of our garlic, our white pepper, a layer of salt. Now that is fresh basil. Now I am a terror. I like big pieces, so if I'm cooking for myself, I'm tearing it up. So there we go. The mushrooms are perfect, so add red wine. Cook the alcohol out. Back to our salad so we can stir that all up and get all that flavor mixed in. This is a tomato shark. Makes it super easy to take out that right there. This is going to be slanted, and then my vegetables are going to be in it coming out. I cut the bottom on a slant, like I said. Now I'm cutting the top off even on a slant, using a paring knife to make a little hole, and then using the rest of the tomatoes to put in my salad so I don't waste nothing. Let's go back to our sauce because our alcohol has cooked out, and add some beef broth. Stir it in really well. Cover it and let that roux make it thick. Add olive oil, salt, pepper, and fresh basil to the top of your tomato. Now that your pan is preheated, okay, starting with some olive oil. I'm adding the U.S. Wellness Meats unsalted butter to give everything that butter flavor. I am just slightly warming the vegetables and tomatoes up. Basically, I'm just making a warm salad. Add your tournedos to the very hot pan. Flip your tomato, and everything is coming together and almost done. This sauce is perfect. Tomatoes done. Okay, it's time to flip. Oh, that looks pretty. Now let's take our vegetables out. Don't forget the presentation for that special one you're making this for. Does that look good enough to eat? Fresh from the garden. Now those are some good tournedos. Now it's time to plate it up. We're going to start with some of the sauce on the bottom of the plate. Now we're going to add our tournedos. Look how pretty. Perfect for me. We're going to put some of that red wine and mushroom sauce on top. Tear some fresh basil and put it on top of the vegetables for color, and put a sprig of fresh basil to make the plate complete. I hope you enjoyed this, and please don't forget, subscribe, like, and comment. Now it's time to cook the rest for the country queen and my friends. And don't forget,